the things that helped me be successful when I was there. Right now, how many of y'all heard of Norfolk State before? Oh, okay. All right. So let's tell you a bit about my school. All right. Prior to me, no one had made it to the NFL since 1996. And I come along, and this is 2009 when I get drafted. And there are several things that I did, man, that I think are the blueprint for making it from an HBCU. I can't promise you if you do these things you'll make it, but you will give yourself the absolute best chance to do so. Because HBCUs, we're unique in that we got to scratch and claw for everything we get. There ain't no silver spoons, ain't nothing handed to us. So there's a grit and a stick-to-itiveness that's with y'all simply because you sit in these seats and y'all got to get out the mud every single day. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So here's what I did, man. When I first got to Norfolk State, we had won one game the year before. Prior to that, we had won one game the year before that. So we were a losing franchise. We were trash, right? And when I got there, I was like the little brother. Man, I wanted to hang around the old dogs that had been there, partying, doing all kind of things. And the head coach stopped me. He said, "Look, man, I didn't bring you here to be another one of the losers. I brought you here because you remind me of somebody, and I need you to step up and be a leader." I'm a freshman, right? Freshmen aren't really known to be leaders, right? But what that means is I had to have a mindset shift. I mean, for me, if I'm going to be a leader, I got to make sure I'm doing everything right. So and the first point I want to make to y'all is study your playbook. This is your Bible. This is your Bible. Know your playbook better than anybody else. Why? Number one, you ain't getting on the field if you don't know your playbook. Because there's this principle that it's better to be trusted than loved. You know what I mean by that? Let me help you understand. Everybody got an uncle, cousin, auntie, brother, maybe, a relative that you absolutely love, but you ain't trusting them with your money. Right? Well, your coach is in the same position. He may love you, but if I can't trust you to be consistent, to be where you're supposed to be, alignment, assignment, communication, technique, though I love you, you're going to be holding that Gatorade bottle on the sideline. So the first thing you got to do, fellas, y'all got to study, man. You got to know that book better than anybody. And here's the thing that's the craziest kind of there. But the further away you get from the ball, especially on defense, you got to know not just your job, but the cat in front of you's job. So by the time you hit safety, which is what I played, you might be in the middle of the field screaming to your nose tackle to get in the A-gap. It's that serious, right? Number two, the thing I did was I supplemented what we didn't have. I'm not going to assume what y'all got in that weight room, what y'all got with nutrition and whatnot, but at Norfolk State, we didn't get a real strength and conditioning coach until my senior year, right? So we usually had our coaches out there doing their best. So what I did was, man, I noticed we do a lot of power stuff with the football team. I needed some explosion. So I started working with the track team. Here's what that meant. That meant getting up every single day at 5:30 in the morning to go run with the track team. That means going to class, coming back, football practice, then running with the track team again, and then doing my own DB drills. I needed that. I needed to supplement because I wanted my body to be in the best shape. And football ain't just about being the strongest dude out there. I mean, if that was the case, I'd be a strongman competition. It's much more than that. You have to acclimate your body to whatever the task is that they tell you to do. And if you're not up to that, man, why are you here? Why are you here? Because the reality is, there's somebody on your left, there's somebody on your right, somebody in front of you, maybe somebody behind you on that football field who needs you to be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be. Okay? So number one, study, fellas. Number two, you got to acclimate your body to whatever the task is that you're being called to do. Then number three, this is the thing I kind of hang my hat on, because the reason I was able to last 10 years in the NFL is I wasn't a technician. And I tell you, I was never the fastest, the smartest, the strongest, but I was where I was supposed to be when I was supposed to be there. My technique was flawless. And most cats only played 2.5 years. So trust me, when I say I made it 10 years, it wasn't by happenstance. I knew every technique I was supposed to do. And then not only that, I did what I know. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that even now, I can get most of you guys up on the board and you can tell me what you know. You know you're supposed to be in this gap. You know you're supposed to be in this fit. You know you're supposed to be in this alignment. But how many of you all, if you're really being honest, do what you know as much as you know what you're supposed to do? All right? And that's really the difference. Why? Because when you're in rec league, you can roll off the bed and go play ball. He's out there running. It's like throw back and run, right? You get to high school, you know what I mean? A little more competition, but you still can pretty much do whatever you want to do. You get to college, my cats start separating. And the difference oftentimes between a touchdown or interception is an inch. The difference between a running back hitting the hole 70 yards is one step. You got to be a technician. Now, if you want to make it to where I was at, it's even better than that. Give me a scholarship. And do that. Do that better than anybody. Because here's what I learned. I watched film a lot when I was at Norfolk State. And around springtime, you get different scouts coming in. And they don't come to you first. You know what they go to? Talk about Lorenzo. All right? What you got? What do you got? And your coach got to say, hey, man, he's where he's supposed to be. He's a hard worker. He's doing good at school, stays out of trouble. Or he be like, yeah, man, I ain't got nothing for you this year. You know how many times I've heard, I ain't got nothing for you this year at Norfolk State? Way too many times. Okay? So I know y'all didn't come here to hear me talk, but these are the things that I did, fellas. I did these things, and here's what I found. My first 2 years, I was getting acclimated to playing on a college level. I mean, I came out of high school, I was 5'9", 130 pounds. That's small, right? My junior year, by the time it clicked in my head, nobody threw the ball my way when I was playing. And then something happened where we got our shot. We played against Rutgers University. It was our first time playing at D1 school, Norfolk State history. And they had this guy named Kenny Britt. Right? Kenny Britt was slated to be a first-round draft pick. And coach comes to me and said, Don, I want you to shadow this man wherever he goes. Wherever he go, you go. Right? That's trust. Right? Okay, coach. Well, a future first-round draft pick, when I was guarding him, 0 catches, 0 yards. Now, they blew us out. I mean, it's Rutgers against Norfolk State. What do you expect? But when that moment came for me to shine, on the largest stage that I ever been in, I don't have to get ready. I was already ready. Why? Because I did every single thing I could as far as studying my playbook. I knew the plays. I did everything I could to make sure that my body was acclimated. You know what I mean? I have been running for years at this point. I didn't just start getting ready because we got this big game coming. Well, I was already ready. And then number 3, my technique was flawless. You can get off the line. Now, the question is, are you all doing what's necessary right now to make sure y'all ready when the fall comes? Because I promise you, if you BSing around, going through the motions, and when camp come, I'm gonna be right when camp come, you already missed the boat. Camp is where it all comes together. Right now is where the struggle and the fight is. Now, if you can do those things I mentioned to you all, fellas, I can't promise you'll be in the NFL, but what I can promise you is you'll be the best version of yourself, and you'll be ready for whenever those opportunities come up. And if they come up and you shine, you just got to catch one scout's eye. That's what I did. I called one scout's eye. He was at the Seattle Seahawks. He shared my tape around. because there's one area where all 32 NFL teams work together. Only one area. And that is draft day. They share your tape around. They talk about you. They're looking for the next whomever, right? They don't care where you at. They go to Switzerland and Spain 9 to 5 days. So do these things, man. Give yourself a shot. And I promise you, even if you don't make it to the league, you'll look back and say, I was much better because of it. See what I'm saying? All right, so y'all got any questions?
Any questions for nobody's got a question?
We got one in the back side.
Yeah, yo.
What was your process like when you got drafted?
My process when I got drafted, so it was interesting because my pro day, we had 25 or 32 NFL teams come to my pro day, and we had a bunch of teams coming, watch me work out. The draft day was pretty easy from that standpoint. I was sitting there for a while. I was the 44th DB taken. I promise you, it was not 43 DBs better than me in my draft. But coming from Norfolk State, it is what it is. I just needed a foot in the door. All right, and I got there, and I never really. Yeah. Oh my good God. I'm like a left side bandit. Left ankle, left knee, left hamstring, left hip, left wrist, left shoulder. Had surgery on all these systems, all up and down. Concussions on the left side. It's hell to deal with, but the injury rate in the football is what 100%. You don't get hurt. Now there are different type of injuries. There's soft tissue injuries, hamstrings, cramps, things of that nature. That unless you have some type of genetic anomaly, you can actually prevent those. Eating, less drinking, getting your sleep, proper stretching. Bone stuff, that's kind of freak nature. I saw one more hand. Yeah.
So like going into your senior year, like was it like a atmosphere change or like since like it's more things you have to deal with, like you get ready for like the NFL?
So here's the thing, man. I didn't believe that I was gonna make it to the NFL even when scouts was coming to check us out. All right. My biggest thing is, number one, I love football. Number two, I hated losing. And number three, I was tired of being friends with captain of the football field. I was that dude that would get in my homie's face if he wasn't doing right on the football field. Why? Because I was doing so much and giving so much of myself to win. How come you ain't matching my energy? So that was my focus. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I was thinking about making it to the league. I didn't think it was. Nobody had did this in 1996. Actually, we played North Carolina Central my last year, and I took my pads off and cried because I thought it was over. And I just love playing ball. Right? So I would say, don't worry about making it to the league, fellas. If you're good where you are, doing everything you're supposed to do where you are, it's their job to find you. It is not your job to make it to the league. It is your job to be the best where you are in the scheme that you're in, the technique that you're asked to perform right now.
Despite all of your success in the NFL, what is your biggest regret as a college athlete and or something you wish you could have done more to maybe help move up your drafts?
I would say take football serious sooner. Like I told you, my first 2 years, I was trying to figure it out. My junior years, where the summer, my sophomore year going into my junior year, where it clicked. I think if I would have put it together a lot faster, got more serious in the weight room. I mean, I gained almost 30 pounds from my sophomore year to my junior year. It would have helped me more. You know what I mean? Just, if this is really, really your craft, what you want to do with yourself, fellas, take it serious now. Don't wait. I mean, one of the most embarrassing things is when y'all probably seen it. You go to the pro day, guys who ain't did nothing now want to get real serious, want to run a 40, want to jump, want to do things, and it's like, yo, sad to say, they ain't really coming to check for you, right? So you got to start soon. How did I know when I was ready to be done? Several things. Number one, my body was hurt. Everything hurt. It would take me almost 45 minutes just to warm up. So I would get out in the practice field for anyone. just to do drills to warm up play. Right, so that was one thing. Number two, I had kids at home, and I would spend the vast majority of my time. I would tell players that I'm with them more than I'm with my wife and kids, and that was getting a little old. And football is a young man's game. It's the reason most guys don't play 2.5 years, because once you hit 30, 31, 32, physically you can't do what you used to do when you're 21, 22. It's just the reality of it. Yes.
Who was your why? Like, what was your reason for playing football? Like,
Oh man, so my mom raised me and my three sisters by herself, right? And football was my way of staying out of trouble, right? So where I lived, we didn't have gangs like Bloods and Crips. We had neighborhood gangs, right? And we were sandwiched right in between them in a poor neighborhood. And what kept me out of the crime and the drugs, gang activity was football practice. So I started playing football to stay out of trouble. And then I found a love for it. I just love playing the game. And I was an angry dude. And you can't just walk up and hit somebody in real life. You get in trouble for that. But on the field, between them whistles, oh my God, I can do some things then. So I played the game because I love the game. I mean, wasn't no NILs, wasn't no collectives, wasn't no transfer portals back when I was playing. I played because I loved the game. Yeah.
what you doing now?
Right now, I'm the chief operating officer for the Jude 3 Project. We're a Christian organization that answers tough questions about the Bible, help people understand what it says and why they should believe in it. Actually, we have an event tomorrow, or one tonight, in partnership with a group called the AND Campaign and Pro-Black, Pro-Life, where we're going to be talking about the history of eugenics and abortion in the Black community. So if y'all are available, and actually I'll let Pastor Angel come up and say a few words about this too. If you all are available today, 5:30, we're going to be in the student ballroom. I mean, it's a great opportunity to learn the truth about how individuals have started the abortion industry to get rid of people who look like us, Black people, right? And how that really has left our community all but desolate. Tomorrow, we're going to have an apologetics night. Apologetics is like a defense of the faith. We're going to be talking about this Christianity deal for Black people. We're talking about politics, talking about hope. We'll be talking about Christianity being a white man's religion and the history behind all of that. So that's what I do now. Any other questions?
What's a philanthropist?
A philanthropist is someone who gives back. So for me, like I said, I was raised by a single mother. My neighbor actually was the one who took me to football practice. So much of my life has been because others have sold and given back into me. So I spend my life doing the same thing. And honestly, man, I think we all got a story of somebody who helped us out, somebody who took us to practice, somebody who may have bought us our first equipment. I am the man that I am today. I'm kind of the sum of all the goodwill of everyone who sold into my life. So I'm able to have the resources to now. I do everything I can to get back. All right, if no other questions, ask Angel.
Yeah, I love those questions. Glad y'all made the most and have it done here. I want to ask you all a question. How many of us are leaders in this room? How many of us are leaders? Somebody boy up. Yeah, now you're a leader. What does it mean to be a leader?
Somebody that leads by example. I mean, and when it's time to become vocal, because I feel like it's two different types of, like some people say you can't be a leader that leads by example. I mean, you might not be a guy that's vocal, but like when it's time to get vocal, you can be vocal. That's why I feel like a leader is.
They set an example that's able to be vocal, yep.
Because bring the people up, but they also don't let the people down.
Stand on your word, regardless, no matter what. How many toes down? I'll be trying to keep up, you know what I mean? Anybody else? We got one more? Yeah. Whew. Trust. You talked about that.
That to be trusted and loved.
Somebody can be trusted. If you will sacrifice for somebody else, that's something. What we're doing is, Don did a great job sharing about these two events. What we're doing is an opportunity to launch a leadership development program. Because what we want to do is make sure that college students today, like you, have a chance to make a meaningful impact in society. All right? And so the question for all of us, all of you in this room is, who are you going to be once football's over with? Next question before that is who are you going to be now? Because that's going to determine who you are when this thing is over with. I went to, any Florida boys? Got any Florida boys? All right. I grew up in Kissimmee, Florida. Kissimmee, Florida. Went to school at Osceola, Cowboys with a K. Played football, wrestled, won a state championship in football back in 98, 99. Went to Florida State, was a better student than an athlete, and I wilded out. Tallahassee, FAMU, Florida State, and TCC. Man. Chewed me up and spit me out. Boy, by the end of my senior year, after I had, can I keep it real for a second? I did everything I wanted to do and everyone I wanted to do. Point blank, period. Lost count. I was dangerous. Yeah, I'm just talking boy. But you know what that left? That left me meaningless. That left me with guilt. That left me with shame, because along the way I hurt a lot of people, including the woman that loved me the most, my mom, who was a single mom for most of my life. And a lot of women along the way too. Speaking of abortion, we're gonna keep it real. I got a girl pregnant my sophomore year, and she got an abortion. That was something that I never thought that I would do. That guilt for me was what led me down to just be even worse. I mean, I didn't change then, even worse. I was just sort of seeking God. Like, there's got to be something more than what I was doing. And I didn't know who I wanted to be like or what I wanted to be, but for me, I knew who I did not want to be like. And that was my dad. Because he was an alcoholic. Because he beat on my mom. Because he left us. Because he didn't provide. And I don't want to be that. And I know if I keep going down this path, I'm going to be like him. So I said, I got God, if you're real, show me. This young lady named Christina Ruffin invited me to church. And I went to church. She was a Q's girl in marketing class my senior year in college. And I found a church with other college students that, man, just loved me enough to show me the Bible and help me understand more about Jesus. And through learning about Jesus, I learned about what it looked like to have an impact with my life. And so I never set out to be a pastor. You probably have too many pastors talking to you like this. But for me, I wanted to help people the way people help me and give back. And so that's what I've done for the last about 20 years. And so what we want to do is say, okay, I know somebody in this room, there's those of you who are searching for more. Some of y'all are like, I'm wild right now, I'm good. Some of y'all are like, I done did it. I need more. And so we're looking for young men and women that we can train to be leaders in this community to be able to give back and make an impact for the next generation. So Dr. Patterson is here. He's going to talk a little bit about our cohort that we're starting up. We're on an HBCU tour. We went to Tallahassee first, went to FAMU. We live in Atlanta, so last week we were at Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, and we're here with you.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I've had the opportunity of preaching the word for the last 30 years. I also went to Florida State, graduated, then moved to New York City. Late 1980s. Anybody knows what was happening in the city in the late 80s? Crack epidemic. Right there. Preaching the word. Crack epidemic.
Right.
Crack.
Hey, it's emotional in there. It's a people in there.
I learned what leadership was all about. And Dr. King said it best. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. And that's what leadership is about, learning to serve. Unfortunately, today, leadership is self-serving. And you have a lot of people in positions of power and influence, and it's all about what they can get. Very bad examples are being set. So what we're trying to do is help young men and young women to go into the workforce, go into politics if they choose to, but go in as people with character and the ability to critically think. Traditionally, leaders have come from in the black community, the black church, and where else? HBCUs. HBCUs. And it's an honor to be here with you all. The first HBCU, Hiram Rebels. Your legacy is amazing. So like I said, I teach history at Morehouse and have an opportunity to help our young brothers understand that we have an incredible legacy of resilience. That no matter what is thrown at us, we just keep getting back up and keep moving forward. And that's what we want to do now. We want to find a cohort of young men and women here who are willing to learn how to be great servants and along the way develop their leadership skills and build relationships. We're all in this together, black or white. We need allies, we need alliances. Because the challenges that we face as people, all of us are going to suffer if the right people are not making decisions that make a difference in the everyday person's life. So we'll be giving out more information about it. If you want the challenge of learning how to grow and you know, some of you are just naturally, God gave you that leadership skill, but how to hone it and move it so you can be more effective. So we're going to be giving out more information tonight and tomorrow about the cohort that we would like to start in conjunction with the Hiram Rebels Institute that you have here. This semester I'm teaching Reconstruction to the present and to talk about Hiram Rebels and to be at a school where he was president is such an honor. So thank you guys for this time, and hopefully we'll see some of you this evening.
Yeah, so I'm passing out just some flyers here about what we talked about today. In addition to the great information, free food. I know y'all hungry, right? So free food and opportunities to win scholarships as well. So there'll be 3 $500 scholarships, 2 given. That's the last one. Did I good over there? 1 given out tonight and 2 given out tomorrow. But you got to register and show up in order to get those. So thank y'all for your time, fellas. Coach got my number. If anyone asks for it, please give it to him. I'm here for y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
Coach Dan put the weight schedule in there. If you haven't been, make sure you check Teamworks. If you still got to hit weights, man, make sure you hit it. Check out the times. $500 scholarship tonight. Free food with Mario. Free food. Chance to get $500 scholarship. Cool? All right, here we go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Man, boy,
It worked out. It worked out. It worked out. It worked out.